This video is going to give you the complete guide to the FTAC Siege, a fully automatic pistol with a 70 round drum, clearly very well balanced and not broken at all. Not only will we be going through step by step, I'll be giving you the fastest methods and the best class setups along the way, so you'll be turning your boring FTAC Siege from this to this as quickly as possible. So the best place to start this video is obviously how to unlock it. Now, as you can see in the top left here, for the FTAC Siege, it's to complete one of the following: extract the weapon from DMZ, or get 50 hipfire operator kills using handguns, or pistols as I tend to call them. So we're going to go with the 50 hipfire kills, and there's no better game mode to get this done than 24/7 shipment. I'm going to be showing you two hipfire builds now that you can use to unlock the FTAC Siege in just one game. The first option are the Akimbo P890s, and these things are ridiculous. With good accuracy and range combined with that fast fire rate, these will have you getting 50 kills without a problem. So here is the class setup. Firstly, we want this barrel here. It's going to bring bullet velocity, damage range and hipfire accuracy, which is absolutely perfect. I have tuned this, don't worry. The more to the right you go, the actual worse it does. So just try and keep it on 0 or 0.1 or 0.2, I think is the best. Next up, we've got the laser, which is probably the best attachment here, because we've got hipfire recoil control, hipfire accuracy and sprint to fire speed, which is perfect. I've gone towards hipfire walking speed because I don't slide, but if you slide then obviously pull it up here. And hip spread, although it sounds bad, it actually keeps it tighter. It's just worded terrible, so make sure it's on this side. Down here, we've gone for the Bruin Express. That's just because of that high fire rate. We do lose some sprint to fire, but we actually gain most of it back down here. Obviously recoil smoothness, because we don't need to aim down sight speed. 12 round mag, maximum kills, and lastly, obviously Akimbo to get 2 of them. If you're not a fan of Akimbo pistols and would prefer a fully automatic gun, then this X13 build is for you. Fully automatic with good hipfire accuracy and a large mag, this is a great alternative that still allows you to complete the challenge in just one game. So here is the X13 auto class. Starting with the muzzle, this is going to bring that bullet velocity and damage range that this gun actually needs. Then onto the barrel, and it's the only one that gives us some hipfire accuracy, so I've selected this one. The laser again, because it gives us the 3 things that we need, which is absolutely perfect. The most important attachment probably is this, as it gives hipfire accuracy, hip recoil control, recoil steadiness and aim walking steadiness. So 4 things that are absolutely vital to what we need. And then lastly, a 50 round drum so we can spray and pray. Now the FTAC Siege is unlocked and we finally have it in our hands, we want to continue grinding in shipment. The game mode grind is arguably the quickest method within shipment for maxing out all your weapons. The aim here is to collect as many tags as possible and then bank them in either of the 2 zones provided. Doing so will give you big XP rewards. Take this clip as an example, just look at all that extra XP I'm getting for not really doing too much. Combine this with as many kills as you can and that FTAC Siege of yours will be max level in no time. Turning our focus onto the challenges now, and luckily enough for us these are pretty easy. The first 3 can be completed while leveling up, which will save us some time. The first challenge, Sandpaper, is get 40 kills with the FTAC Siege, which is a nice easy start. The second challenge is just as easy. Velvet Midnight is get 15 kills while ADSing. Our third challenge is where we want to plan ahead. Painted Pig requires 30 kills while using a suppressor, and the best method is just to put the silencer on as soon as possible. This would allow you to complete this challenge before reaching level 25, where we unlock our final challenge. Fuzzy Spectrum is our hardest challenge with 20 hipfire kills required. With the right class, this will be made a whole lot easier. And here is that class, or the class that I used anyway. First of all, we've got this barrel here. It's going to give us damage range, bullet velocity and some hipfire accuracy, which is perfect. Onto the laser, as always for hipfire, it's absolutely critical you have this one. They're all 3 things that we need. Now with the stock, I went with this one just because there is no sprint to fire hinder like there is on this one. So stick to this one. Hopefully a bit of that recoil control can stop the gun lifting quite as high. The underbarrel, we went with this one. Again, hit fire accuracy, hit recoil control, recoil steadiness, and aim walking steadiness, which we don't need. Hit fire control and hit fire accuracy on these. And then lastly, a 72 round drum, so we can just hold our finger down and spray. If you do feel like you're a bit too heavy, then just come to the 50 drum speed and it will speed up your sprint to fire as well. I just wanted to hold my finger down with this because it's rare that you get a 72 round mag. Here is the final build I used to level up the gun. I actually used this for the gold challenges as well. I didn't change it. It's a very solid build. It was nice and easy to use with very low recoil. I didn't want to mess around too much for the gold challenges when there's just no need to, especially when I'll be doing the long shots soon. So here is the silencer I used for obviously one of the challenges. The laser here gives us everything that we need for shipment. The stock here just felt a little less heavy and gave us everything we wanted, but it does hinder the sprint to fire speed. But it's not a problem because you do get it back using this rear grip. And then lastly, the 50 round drum. Back to shipment we go to take on the gold challenge, and as always is get 3 kills without dying, but this time it's only 5 that's required. The main trick is not to overthink this one. Play your natural game but use your common sense. Don't run blindly into enemies on 2 kills, as this will purely frustrate you and make things a lot worse. Make sure you are using quick fix, as that health regain will really help, especially in a fast paced game mode like shipment. Lastly, don't be afraid to hold angles. Enemies are constantly running around, so use this to your advantage. There's a difference between holding an angle and laying on the floor in the container. Here is the gold camo, but we don't want to stop there. We have to move on to arguably the hardest challenge of the grind, which is long shots. 15 of them are required to complete this challenge, and I would recommend doing this in hardcore. Change the game mode filter to hardpoint and domination, and you'll be able to pick people off as they move across the map. Just 20 meters is the distance required, so no need to be miles away, making life harder for yourself. Sticking to these 4 maps will also help, as there's long shot spots on both spawn locations. My last bit of advice is deployable covers. These will minimize idle sway and recoil, so well worth mounting on. So this is the long shot build that I managed to get all them kills in just one game. Barrel here, we've gone for the longest one, which is going to help with damage range, bullet velocity and recoil control, which is absolutely perfect. Always use this laser, as the aim and stability is really good and you can get a lot of aim and idle stability. It's just going to stop that swaying, which is allow you to hit that first shot nice and accurate. This is the optic that I tend to use. I've got it to aim down sight speed, flinch resistance in hardcore doesn't matter too much, and I never touch this as I don't have a preference. The stock here, I've gone for the one that gives the best recoil control and also helps with that aim and stability. And lastly I should say, the underbarrel I have changed to this one, purely because the aim and idle stability here and recoil stabilization. We're not going to be moving around loads, so this one is probably better for standing still. So here is what plat looks like on the FTAC Siege. With one last challenge needed, it's back into shipment to get Polyatomic. Just 20 headshot kills is between you and the grind finally being over. There isn't much to add to this apart from don't be afraid to die more, because obviously you're aiming for the head. You'll end up dying when you would normally get the kill, but this doesn't matter, you just need to get the challenge done. And here are the last 2 camos to show you. We got Polyatomic and the Orion camo. So after using the gun for a couple of hours, this is my final build. We went with this barrel just to help with that damage range and bullet velocity, but it also helps with recoil control, which is nice. The laser, because there are 3 things in shipment that we need. Even if not in shipment, I still think it's very useful. I stuck with this stock just because the recoil control here and aim and stability. I don't like the fact that you lose from sprint to fire, but then again, like I said earlier, we are gaining it back here. I tuned it a little bit more for recoil steadiness on this one, not pure aim down sight speed, because so far that's the only attachment that's helping with recoil. And I'm going to stick with the 50 round drum, just because I don't want that sprint to fire to be lost or that aim down sight speed. But have a bit of fun, whack this on and beam people across shipment, it'll be absolutely fine. Before I go, I just want to say thank you for all the support you guys have been giving me. It's been a lot recently, so it's really appreciated. If you'd like a shout out, leave a comment below with the letters GS, as that is the next pistol I'm going to be unlocking. But again, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.